name is Paige and I'm turning 30 this year. I work at a publishing company and I'm currently the editor-in-chief of a fashion magazine called Pennies, which is targeted at young women. I've been with the company for 8 years. I threw myself into my work, handling interviews, photo shoots, editing, you name it. My efforts paid off. And thanks to the positive feedback from models and our clients, I was promoted to editor-in-chief last year. Since then, Pennies has been thriving. Our content is strong and our readers love it. Today we had a team meeting at the editorial office. Everyone was talking about this month's issue. This month's autumn-winter fashion feature was a big hit. I'm so glad we took time to plan it out. It looks like sales are up too. It's probably because of your vision making everyone shine really resonates with our readers, editor-in-chief. Let's keep up the great work and aim to be Japan's #1 fashion magazine, everyone! Our office had a great atmosphere, friendly, supportive, and full of teamwork. I really feel fulfilled in this job. I'm genuinely happy. Around that time, our company's owner and president, Mr. Tom, stepped down to focus on treatment for his long-term health condition. He's the one who had supported and recommended me for the editor-in-chief position, so I owe him a lot. I was curious to know who would take over as the new president and soon found out that his younger brother Sam would be stepping in. I was ready to keep giving my all under new leadership when something totally unexpected happened. I got a boyfriend! Yes, a boyfriend! Me! Can you believe it? His name is Ben and he's seriously handsome. He used to work at a different company, but when Mr. Sam became president, Ben transferred to our company and was immediately promoted to executive director. The first time Ben and I met, he asked me out for dinner out of the blue. I was surprised at how sudden it was, but he was incredibly polite, thoughtful, and considerate, so I figured why not? I went to dinner with him. Can I ask, why did you invite me out?
Well, you're the editor-in-chief of our company's top magazine. I've been really impressed by your work. Honestly, it's incredible. As an executive, I believe it's only right to acknowledge and appreciate people who work so hard every day. This place serves my favorite French cuisine. I hope you like it.
As you can see, I'm not exactly a stunning beauty with perfect proportions. I'm petite, with a baby face, and honestly, I never had much confidence in how I looked. But when Ben complimented me like that, I couldn't help it. I was genuinely happy. After that first dinner, he started asking me out almost every day. And recently, he confessed his feelings and asked me to be his girlfriend. It's been a long time since I last had a boyfriend. I've been so focused on work and the magazine for so many years. You know what they say, those early days of a relationship are the most fun, right? Up until now, even when I wasn't working, I was still thinking about Pennies 24/7. But lately, I've been catching myself thinking about Ben during my off hours. Shocking, right? I know, it's not like me at all. But hey, can't I be a girl in love once in a while? Things were going great, both professionally and personally. Until she showed up and turned everything upside down. A new hire joined the editorial team. A young woman named Julie. She's the daughter of the president of one of our major printing partners. Apparently she got in through connections. The first time she showed up at our morning meeting, she made quite the entrance. Hi everyone, I'm Julie. So which one of you is the editor-in-chief? That would be me. I'm Paige, editor-in-chief of Pennies. Nice to meet you. Wait, you're the editor-in-chief? Yeah? No way! Isn't this a fashion magazine for young women? I totally thought the editor-in-chief would be like model material. You know, tall, gorgeous, killer style. Excuse me? Just so you know, there's no rule that says a fashion magazine editor has to be a model. Sure, but still, it's kind of weird. I mean, don't you see all those glamorous editors featured on TV? When the editor-in-chief is hot, it gives the magazine that extra sparkle. But if readers found out that the editor is just this tiny, plain-looking woman with so-so fashion sense, they might totally bail, you know? Can you believe her? That was our very first conversation. She'd just joined the company and was already mouthing off to me, the editor-in-chief. Honestly, how rude can you get? No common sense whatsoever. We got a real piece of work on our hands, don't we? I've got a bad feeling about this. To my surprise, a few days later, Julie's outrageous behavior had only gotten worse. She asked, "Hey, how much longer do you plan on being editor-in-chief?" Excuse me? What kind of a question is that? I mean, isn't it about time you passed the title on to me? What? You just started here. You haven't even gotten the hang of being a regular editor. How can you possibly think you're ready to run the whole magazine? I don't think you're ready, honey. Well, I just think you as editor-in-chief is totally not it. The editor-in-chief is the face of the whole magazine, you know? If they're pretty and stylish, sales will go way up. That's not how it works. Come on! If someone like me, a total muddle type, became editor-in-chief, I bet sales would totally skyrocket. Are you serious? At that moment, I realized she had no clue what being an editor-in-chief actually meant. So I told her firmly, listen, do you have any idea how tough this job really is? Not really. Excuse me? I mean, isn't that what regular editors are for? To do the tedious stuff? Editor-in-chief is mostly about public appearances, right? What? No, that's not even... Readers trust the editor-in-chief, right? So if the editor's pretty, then maybe they'll think they'll get prettier too just by reading the magazine. That's how it works. I was honestly speechless. She clearly had never done any real work in her life. That much was obvious. At that point, I figured arguing was useless, so I decided to take a breath and calmly explain it to her in a way that even she might understand. Look, I didn't just wake up one day and become editor-in-chief. I worked my way up, slowly but surely doing interviews, handling photo shoots, gaining trust from both the team and our readers. That trust is what led me to getting this position. But even then, it's not a one-woman job. What makes a great magazine is teamwork. Everyone working together, sharing the same goal. That's what made our sales grow and what finally got us on track. Then she cut me off. Okay, but is this story gonna take long or what? Excuse me? Julie twirled her hair with an annoyingly bored expression and dropped another bomb. What's with all this barking from someone who used to be at the bottom of the food chain? So embarrassing! What? Hold on. You can't just... She cut me off again. Well, your time is about up. What? What do you mean by up? Just watch. A beautiful, well-bred woman like me is about to take your place as editor-in-chief. It's practically fate. With that, she smirked, let out a little hum, and sauntered off like she owned the place. There was no way someone like her could actually become editor-in-chief. Or so I thought. I was still wondering where she got that weird confidence from, and just a few days later, I found out. Julie strolled into that office that morning, grinning from ear to ear. Hey everyone! Guess what? Starting today, I'm your new editor-in-chief. Nice to meet ya! What? The whole office went silent and then erupted into whispers and gasps. No one could believe what they were hearing. The team around me looked completely stunned. You, editor-in-chief? What kind of joke is this? It's not a joke. It's already been decided. Decided? By who? How could something like this? By Executive Director Ben, of course. Ben? Ben? Ben went straight to HR and made it happen. So yeah, it's official that I'm in charge now. Why would Ben... As I stood there stunned, Ben himself casually walked into the office grinning. He glanced at me for a brief second and then said something I still can't believe.
Hey, Paige, starting today, Julie is the new editor-in-chief.
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah. You're done. You're no longer needed.
What the fuck? I don't understand. Why should I be removed from my position? Isn't it obvious? Because I'm dating Ben. Duh! Wait, what? Are you seriously saying that? Yup, got the man and the title. You're totally useless now. What? Yup, that's how it is. It's too bad for you. This is insane. None of this makes any sense. What the hell is going on?
I just told you. It's exactly what Julie said.
Oh my god, Paige, you poor thing. What a shame. I was completely frozen. They flirted and clung to each other right in front of me, without the slightest care for how I felt. Then Ben said something so appalling, I genuinely wondered if I'd lost my mind.
Honestly, I only date women with a certain level of status.
What?
If you want to be with me, you better have a title that matches. That's why the whole editor-in-chief thing had to change.
Wait, are you telling me you only dated me because I was the editor-in-chief?
Ding, ding, ding! We have a winner!
How could you? That's disgusting!
Don't tell me you didn't realize it. Come on. What else did you really have going for you besides your job title? Now that you've lost that, you're not editor-in-chief or my girlfriend anymore. Bye!
I couldn't speak. Not a single word. Because in that moment, something inside me snapped. At that point, I was already thinking about how I could drag these two clowns to the absolute bottom of rock bottom. They had no idea that I was designing the perfect plan for my revenge in my head, running every possible outcome through my mental blueprint. Meanwhile, the idiot duo just kept digging their own graves. So anyway, this editorial department, it's mine now. You're not needed anymore, so why don't you just quit already, right, Executive Director?
Yeah, whatever you want is fine by me.
Oh, did they really just tell me to quit? Interesting. Quit, huh? You know what? That might actually be a great idea. I saw the path ahead clearly. The wheels in my head were already turning. So I looked them straight in the eyes and said with a calm little smile, "Fine. If you want me gone that badly, I guess I have no choice." The entire team gasped and immediately tried to stop me. But the next day, I submitted my resignation without hesitation. After all, the new editor-in-chief herself told me to leave and the executive director backed her up. It was out of my hands, right? What a shame. Since the request came directly from Julie and was backed by Ben, who had the authority over staffing HR, accepted my resignation on the spot, and just like that, I was out. Clean, easy, done. But Ben, Julie, I hope you're ready, because that was only step one. A few days later, I got a call from one of my junior editors. She was in a complete panic and said the company's in total chaos. Oh, just as I planned. Looks like things are falling apart already, and now it's time for me to finish what I started. I headed straight back into the office. After explaining my purpose to the front desk, I was granted entry without issue. No time to waste. I made a beeline for the editorial department. When I walked in, chaos was already in full swing. A crowd of staff members had surrounded Julie, who was standing in the middle looking overwhelmed and concerned. The staff were openly venting their frustration at Julie, who, as the new editor-in-chief, was proving utterly useless. She stood there completely flustered, unable to control the chaos. I already stepped forward, catching her eye with a mocking smile. "Oh my, having a bit of trouble, are we?" "Ah, what are you doing here?" I chuckled. You'll figure that out soon enough. You're the worst! Excuse me, and what exactly did I do? When you stepped down, you didn't teach me anything about this job. A normal person would at least do a handover. Why did you just disappear without a word? Well, you were the one who told me to quit, remember? I know I said that, but I didn't mean for you to, leave that fast. Oh, come on. You were so confident, weren't you? You said you could handle the editor-in-chief position just fine with your looks and your amazing figure alone, right? So why would you need my help? But now look at you. Only a few days in and you're already drowning. Your face is practically screaming, I can't handle this. I don't want this job anymore. I can't do this. One of the staff snapped at her, fed up. There's no way we can keep working under you. All you do is complain without lifting a finger. Then my former team turned to me, desperation written all over their faces. Miss Page, please come back to our office. Nothing works without you. We can't do this with her in charge. Oh, but she's the one who took the editor-in-chief title from me. As long as she's parked in that seat, there's not much I can do now, is there? The moment I said that, the staff renewed their protests against Julie. They piled on the complaints again, one after another, leaving Julie shrinking under the weight of their words. Not only could she not lead them, she couldn't even handle the most basic editorial tasks. She just stood there, completely out of her depth, cornered from every angle. In the midst of the chaos, a man came rushing in, his face pale and drenched in sweat. It was, of course, Ben. He came barreling into the room, panting like he'd just sprinted across town.
Paige! You're here! I'm so sorry.
Excuse me?
No, it's just that since she became editor-in-chief, everything's gone to hell. So I'm begging you, please, come back to the company.
Are you serious right now? What, did your brain short-circuit? You were the one who made her your girlfriend and the new editor-in-chief, remember?
Yeah, but back then I don't want her anymore.
What? Oh my.
She's nothing but trouble. I'll break up with her, fire her, and kick her out of the company.
Are you saying you're just gonna throw me away?
Damn right I am, so shut your mouth!
Wow, that was shockingly direct.
The only reason I dated her was because she kept throwing herself at me. That's why I gave her the editor-in-chief position, because I had no choice!
Don't you dare give me that shit! You were the one who begged me to go out with you. You said I'll make you editor-in-chief if you date me, please. So I finally gave in. Oh, is that so?
Shut up! You're the one who kept clinging to me like a parasite. None of this would have happened if it weren't for you. It's all your fault.
Don't give me that, you sleazy jerk. You're the root of all this crap. The scum of the earth. Ah, what a delightful train wreck this is. The two of them flinging blame like monkeys flinging poop. Truly grotesque. I was doing everything I could not to burst out laughing. But honestly, I was starting to get bored, so maybe it's time I told them the real reason I came back today. Oh, by the way, do you guys know why I came back to the office today?
Why?
I came to submit something to the company.
Something?
The video, the one that shows exactly how the two of you schemed to force me out.
A video?
You didn't notice, did you? One of the editors secretly recorded the whole thing on their phone.
What?
I asked them to in advance. I told them if anything shady happens, record it. So guess what? They caught everything. Julie declaring I was no longer needed and telling me to resign. And you, Ben, grinning like an idiot and backing her up. All of it, crystal clear. You see, ever since Julie started sniffing around my position as editor-in-chief, I had a feeling things might get messy. So I made sure to prepare for any unfortunate surprises. After I left the company, the video was sent to me, and let me tell you, watching it in full HD was absolutely delightful. I figured it was only a matter of time before Julie crashed and burned, and when the whole team inevitably fell into chaos, I'd make my triumphant return with evidence in hand. Revenge, after all, is a dish best served cold. So anyway, I'm off to submit it now. Let's see what the company decides to do with you both.
Wait!
Wait? Why on earth would I wait? Please don't. Oh, sweetie, there's no stopping this now. I wonder what's going to happen to you two next. Not that I really care. I ignored the two of them, still sobbing and wailing on the floor like children, and walked away with a spring in my step. Where was I headed? The CEO's office? Oh, please, as if. Sam, the CEO, was pathetically soft on Ben, completely useless. So instead, I made my way to the conference room. You see, I knew the company's owner, Tom, was making a rare visit today. So I reached out to him in advance, asking for a private meeting, and once we were face to face, I told him everything. The scheming, the abuse of power, the cover-ups, the forced resignation. I laid it all bare. No filters and no mercy. And the result? The company took the situation very seriously. Far more seriously than Ben and Julie had ever expected. As a result, Ben, who had abused his authority to make unjust personnel decisions, was stripped of his position as executive director. And not just that, he was completely kicked out of the company. As for Julie, she was swiftly removed from her position as editor-in-chief. With no allies left and her reputation in shambles, she was forced to resign shortly after. That's right, the two who stole my title and drove me out were now both expelled from the company! Poetic, isn't it? Oh, and it gets better. Apparently, they'd both pissed off a lot of people. Other employees began coming forward, reporting all sorts of misdeeds, harassment, favoritism, incompetence, you name it. Honestly, with the way they acted, it's no wonder things ended this way. They had it coming. With their reputations utterly ruined, neither Ben nor Julie could find work again. Word had spread and fast. No company wanted anything to do with them. Unemployed and desperate, the two spiraled into debt. Broke, bitter, and constantly blaming each other, they eventually split up for good. But their hellish descent was just beginning. Ben, unable to cope with his mounting debts, eventually turned to loan sharks, and of course, that only made things worse. Before long, some very unfriendly men were knocking on his door. Rumor has it they caught him. Now he's being forced to do certain jobs in the shadows. His body's broken, his mind shattered. Honestly, couldn't have happened to a more deserving guy. Karma's a bitch. As for Julie, disowned by her wealthy family who owned a small printing business and she had nowhere to go. No home, no support. She ended up living in a tent in a public park. To make things worse, her family's business quickly collapsed under massive debt. She was left penniless, jobless, and burdened with liabilities she couldn't even begin to pay off. Now she's seen on the streets kneeling in humiliation, begging for change. But with no skills, no credibility, and no money, her future is as bleak as her past was obnoxious. Oh well, play stupid games and win stupid prizes, and that's not all! Ben's daddy dearest, Sam the CEO, got caught in the fallout too. The scandal exploded after it came to light that Sam had promoted Ben to executive director without merit, purely out of nepotism. The disastrous decision had triggered the whole debacle. The company was in chaos. Employees were furious, and Tom, the owner, wasn't having any of it. He came down hard on Sam, stripped him of his title, told him off in front of the whole board, and tossed him out of the company for good. And what happened after? Well, Sam got hit with collateral damage from Ben's shady debts. His wife served him with divorce papers, demanded a hefty alimony, and left him to fend for himself. Now even the loan sharks are after him too. Apparently he's on the run, just like his disgrace of a son. Poetic, isn't it? When I met with Tom privately, he bowed his head and sincerely apologized. He admitted that appointing Sam as CEO had been a grave mistake. He also expressed deep regret for allowing someone like Julie, a walking disaster, into the company through personal connections. But he had a plan. A new executive would take over, someone who had always admired my leadership as editor-in-chief. Someone competent, respected, trusted by the team. With the company finally making amends and righting its wrongs, I decided it was time to return. I would rise again, and this time I'd shine brighter than ever. After everything that had happened, I realized one thing more than anything. I still wanted to work here at this magazine with the team that I loved. Yes, I had reclaimed my rightful place as editor-in-chief of Panties, and with that, the warmth and harmony of our editorial department returned. Editor-in-chief, Panties is officially the #1 best-selling women's fashion magazine now. I know, right? We finally did it! It's all thanks to you coming back. The whole team's been more energized than ever. Aw, thank you. That means so much to me. Let's keep moving forward together. They say after the storm, the ground becomes firm, and it's true. Now I'm surrounded by amazing teammates doing the work I love in a place that I never stopped believing in. I'm so lucky, so grateful, so ready for the next chapter. This is Editor and Paige, signing off for now, but trust me, I'm just getting started. Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for